Okay, collaboration in ClickUp. So as I said before, all task-based communication should be in ClickUp. That means that any conversation about how to do a task, what to do, anything else should all be in ClickUp. And we do that via the comments. So we went over the comments before. So in a comment, you can add any sort of text, including formatting and some other options. So using /, you get these slash commands. So here you have extra formatting you can put in, including things like tables, if you want to format them like a code block, put in a quote, put in banners to kind of highlight things. Any sort of formatting you want is there. You can also assign comments. So that means that a certain person will get a notification and is supposed to do that comment. We can @mention people. So that is highly recommended. In fact, it's the best practice if you are aiming a comment at someone to make sure they get a notification and to make sure they pay attention to what you said. If you use two @symbols, you can mention another task. So say referencing something else that's happening. And if you use three @symbols, you can reference a doc. We also have emojis here if you like to use those. That's our button for slash commands. We can also record the screen, very similar to Loom if you're familiar with that. Create a new document, attach it to this task, or just upload a file, either from our computer or one of our online storage platforms. Here I've only got Google Drive turned on, but there are several others. As you have conversation about this task going back and forth, add subtasks and checklist items for action items that come up. Or you can simply assign the comment. Typically, you want to assign the comment if it's a simple kind of done or not done thing. If it's something more complex, you want to create a subtask. Now, comments can have threads. And what that means is you can reply to a comment without having to create a new comment. So here is a reply, and that's kind of threaded below this comment. So these two are one thread, whereas you can see this comment is a separate comment. Now, threads can be on or off, so your company will have made a choice about that. Note that not everyone will get notified about comments in a thread. So you can see this particular thread has certain followers. Right now, I'm the only one who's following it because I'm the only one who's commented in here. So if you want to make sure that someone is getting replies to threads, you can just add them as a follower of that thread. It is a little bit more complex, which is why some companies decide to just turn it off altogether, and all comments are just new comments. The other really good use of the comment section, which I mentioned before, is to add your decisions or thoughts or updates about a task. So you can simply enter in a text update, and then anytime in the future, you can come back and look at all the updates and see what happened with that task, what choices were made, and either analyze it or just find useful information, perhaps for updating a customer or whatever else you need to do. Now, for all of this conversation and replies, the easiest way to manage all of that is through your notifications. So you'll get notifications for any comment on a task that you are a watcher of. And particularly if they @mention you, it'll be very clear to see that they've replied to you. And so you can manage all of your conversations from the notification area. Okay, and that's it for collaborating in ClickUp.
Before you go, I've got something for you. After using ClickUp for a while, you'll find that it starts to get cluttered, hard to use, and things can start falling through the cracks, even if you set it up really well. That's nobody's fault, it just happens. Cars need checkups to keep them running smoothly, and so does your ClickUp. What I have for you is the instruction manual on how. It's called the ClickUp Checkup, and it's a checklist of the things you need to do every 1 to 3 months that prevent a whole swath of issues that start cropping up after you've been using ClickUp for about a year or so, sometimes sooner. So with it is a training video where I go through each of the checks myself so you can see exactly how I do it and why. A PDF with the checklist and quick reference instructions, and finally a ClickUp task template so you can instantly import all that directly into your ClickUp, have it recur each month or quarter with the checklist ready to go. Click the link in the description to get it now and prevent the headache of having the clarity you wanted from ClickUp turn into confusion. I'll see you on the inside.